Meghan and Harry. I see that Spotify have dumped, and I can't imagine why, because it was just such riveting audio.
Like herself, but apparently due to failing to meet, they have failed to renew it for a second season, and she won't be getting that full payment.
For years, the world asked why King Charles allowed Meghan Markle to parade a stolen title across commercial podcasts and red carpets. The media called it weakness, but investigative journalist Tom Bauer has just detonated that narrative. The king isn't weak, he is waiting, and the verified reason he hasn't stripped the titles yet is a masterpiece of surgical precision. To understand this geopolitical chess move, you must realize the palace has known the truth from the beginning. They know about the Soho House recruitment operation, so why let her keep the title of Duchess? Because the title is the bait, and the trap is almost full. If King Charles stripped the titles 2 years ago, Meghan would have become an instant martyr. Instead, he is letting her hemorrhage her last drop of public goodwill. He is waiting for the illusion to shatter globally, so the removal is viewed not as punishment, but as a global relief. Let us go inside Montecito. The California sun is blinding, but the air inside is freezing. The silence is deafening. There are no sounds of children playing. There is only the sterile, paranoid quiet of a command center running out of oxygen.
And I think that's the point. You think about Harry and Meghan and all the rubbish that surrounds those.
The British monarchy fights back after months of negative headlines and suggestions that it's all over. After months.
Silence isn't innocence. It is gasoline. Prince Harry paces his study, hollowed out. He knows his father's silence is not a pardon, it is a countdown. Down the hall, Meghan relies on ambiguity, convinced the title is her absolute armor. The king is too weak to pull the trigger, she dictates with chilling precision. She believes she is safe, but she is negotiating with ghosts. Across the Atlantic, Prince William, the enforcer, is reviewing the final audit. The trap is set, the perimeter is locked, and the monarchy is preparing to show the world what happens when a grifter tries to outsmart a 1,000-year-old empire. The delay isn't hesitation, it is a forensic operation. King Charles knows that a narcissist handed a royal title will eventually use it to destroy themselves. The crown is treating the Duchess title as a digital tracking device. Every time Meghan Markle weaponizes the Windsor name for a commercial hustle, the palace audits the fallout. The Spotify collapse, the Hollywood freeze-out. If the king had stripped the titles in 2020, Meghan would have built a billion-dollar victimhood empire.
King Charles has just got his revenge on Meghan Markle on his state tour of the USA. And this is so beautiful.
No, it's been terrific. The king has really...
By waiting, he allowed the brand to completely hemorrhage its value. Let us return to the Montecito compound. It is 3 a.m. The fog has isolated the estate. Inside, the silence is absolute, predatory, and suffocating. Silence isn't innocence. It is gasoline. Prince Harry sits in the dark, hollowed out. He reads the global analytics. He realizes his father isn't fighting him. He is simply letting him bleed out. The title isn't his armor anymore. It is the heavy iron anchor dragging him to the bottom. Across the room, Meghan is pacing, operating with chilling, surgical precision. She relies on ambiguity to survive, but the hard data leaves no shadows to hide in. Pivot. The brand, she dictates to her remaining staff. We need to merchandise the title before they try to take it. She is trying to cash out, but she is negotiating with ghosts.
But it does show you just how twisted this couple remain.
Things that she knows will give her the attention and not give it to the real royals. Meghan is a bully, and she does it with these things like this. And I just think, people really need to be on to how she actually does.
Prince William, the enforcer, has compiled the ultimate dossier. The guillotine is polished, and Montecito is about to learn that the crown's silence is its deadliest weapon. King Charles didn't just leave the title, he handed her the rope. The crown knew Meghan could not resist monetizing the Windsor name. Every commercial podcast, every jar of jam, and every lobbying call using the Duchess title has been meticulously logged by palace intelligence. The king isn't ignoring her. He is building a federal-level dossier of commercial violations. The illusion of a humanitarian exit has collapsed into a transparent cash grab. She relies on ambiguity, but the financial ledgers are undeniable. Inside the Montecito mansion, the silence is deafening. There are no sounds of a bustling family, only the predatory hum of a failing corporate machine. Silence isn't innocence, it is gasoline. Prince Harry stands in his study, completely hollowed out. He looks at the latest Archewell PR strategy and finally realizes the trap. The title was supposed to be their key to global domination. Instead, it is a glowing neon sign exposing their grift. He is a depreciated asset in a hostile takeover. In the war room, Meghan is never sad. She is fiercely, coldly calculated.
All over it. But what is interesting, P. Diner, is people are actually insisting that they have sources close to Harry too, which makes it very shameful on his part as well. So a source...
Meghan and Harry at this pivotal time, because there has been a lot that has happened. And so you look at the Australia trip and how Meghan has Marcus Anderson with her, controlling a lot, making a lot of the shots.
Merchandise the crest. She orders her staff over a secure line, her voice metallic and operating with surgical precision. We need to maximize the title before the brand devalues. She believes the title gives her absolute immunity, but across the ocean, Prince William, the enforcer, is compiling the evidence. The king's patience isn't weakness, it is the ultimate checkmate. The institution is preparing the legal guillotine, and history will remember that she built the scaffold herself. The delay was never weakness. It was a constitutional checkmate. King Charles's trap has violently snapped.